and we'll find out who will be victorious this time around at the 2025 World Rowing Indoor Championships for the lightweight men. And as we know, different this time around, all of our categories racing together here, but a top 20 nonetheless. And I think in terms of keeping eyes on a few different athletes, I think we've got Gonzalez Alvarez to keep tracks of. We've also got the Alfonso Duarte Costa, as we've already mentioned. Luca Britton of Germany, another one that I think will feature quite heavily, and he's got out of the blocks really quite quickly, Niamh, here to try and set down a marker in the opening 500 metres.
Yeah, absolutely. Like 30 seconds in, and a lot of them are still up around the 40 strokes per minute. Around this point now, they would want to be settling. I would say it would be very hard to keep that 39-40 strokes per minute going for very long, but a few of them are up there, 38-39 strokes per minute. Alfonso Duarte Costa, Portugal, mentioned him lots. He's 300 metres in, keeping up at 38 strokes per minute. Behind him, Damian Alonso of Spain, up at 40 strokes per minute. He's now starting to reduce it slightly. He's probably trying to stay within touching distance of Alfonso, because you don't want to let him get too far ahead of you at this stage. He is dropping now that rate down to 35. Still up at 38-39 is Damian Alonso. Luca Britton there dropping to 35. Second and third going back and forth between the two of them, Luca and Damian. But look at this from Alfonso Duarte Costa of Portugal, powering it out. 11 metres of a lead already, with just over a quarter of the race gone.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from him. And in terms of the time that would spit him out if he was to keep this average right now, we're looking at a finishing time of around about 6:12. So that would be pretty electric stuff here if Duarte Costa can keep that up. I know you were talking about the athlete from Spain, Damian Alonso. His target time 6:30. So a bit of a surprise to see him all the way up there. I think he's calmed it down a little bit and will need to continue to calm it down a little bit to settle onto pace and not exhaust himself if he knows to row within his limits. But yeah, Duarte Costa is creating quite the buffer, almost 20 metres back to Luca Britton, the 19-year-old from Germany, who was the national indoor champion for Germany in the under-17 lightweight men in 2021. So a rowing pedigree, a rowing history nationally for Germany, but can he replicate it here against all of the other age categories on the world stage? It's looking pretty good for him at the moment. But back to the Portuguese leader. He's aiming for a time of his qualification time was 6:06.7 and aiming for a 6:04. So maybe, Niamh, we'll see that sort of elusive negative splitting coming from him into this second half of the course.
Yeah, we're just coming up to halfway now, so we'll see some of the, some athletes will stay similar for that third 500. Others will either start to up it, or they might even reduce the pace a little bit just to keep some more in their legs. To be honest, that third 500, that's probably mentally the hardest one to get through. The first 500, you're just concentrating on getting out of the blocks. The second 500, it's all about that pacing. Third 500, there's still a lot left to go in the race, so mentally it's the toughest one. So really it's about going in with a plan and trying to stick to it and not getting carried away by maybe the atmosphere, the people around you, and just sticking with that race plan, particularly for that third 500. But Alfonso Duarte Costa there of Portugal, very lucky rowing club. We saw it a couple of times already. There was a silver medal win to the lightweight women earlier, but still powering it out here. 700 metres to go, over 30 metres of a lead, staying at that very quick, snappy 37-38 strokes per minute, keeping it well under the 135 split. And then just it's second and third position. I think we might see a finish similar to the last race. We'll see if Luca Britton of Germany has enough left in his legs. He's just 3 metres, 4 metres separating him, and Boaz Santos of Portugal, who is currently in second.
Yeah, it could be a party in Portugal if João Santos can hang on here to second place. A Portugal 1-2 between himself and Duarte Costa would be quite something. But Luca Britton is lingering there, just 5 meters the deficit in bronze medal position. And if he's got anything left to go, he'll be able to see the name of Santos on his screen 5 meters ahead. And Luca Britton is there, one in from the left-hand side of your picture. He's almost about 40 strokes a minute, 136s. He's not quite matching Santos of Portugal on the split, but he's going to need to go sub 135 if he's got any chance of the overtake to claim that silver medal. But in fact, it's going in the opposite direction for the German as he goes up to 43 strokes a minute. He can't quite break that 135 and is moving further and further back on that chase for silver. But our gold medalist is almost untouchable here. There's 200 meters to go. Afonso Duarte Costa is at 130s. That negative split that we talked about, Neve, coming to fruition here. He absolutely knew that he could save this for the final 20 strokes or so. And look at that effort, the grimace on his face as he takes these final few strokes. It is absolutely excruciating here for our leader, who is going for that time, 45 strokes a minute, about 10 strokes to go here, and he really wants it. It's been 2-2Ks for him today, but he's going to finalise it with a victory here in the lightweight men's race. But what is the time going to be for him? 6:08.6, just shy of that target that he set himself of 6:04. But with 1-2K down, Neve, you know what? It was a pretty good finish. I've just noticed there the bronze medal switched around at the last minute. Luca Britton missing out just to the Spanish athlete there. What a sprint finish from him to claim that bronze medal.
Yeah, that was a brilliant sprint from him. You know, that's what the 2 2Ks within a couple of hours will do to you. You know,